return, 8th house. Okay, so the 8th house deals with emotional intimacy and transformation. And Saturn lessons always relate back to doing the work yourself. And 8th house Saturn is dealing with emotional transformation that comes from within by digging up the emotional wounds of the past and healing them through perseverance, self-control, and self-understanding. Typically, the 8th house is the house of crises. And depending on the aspects that natal Saturn makes to the other planets in the birth chart, sometimes this Saturn may have experienced emotional crises, emotional disappointments, or emotional abuse going all the way back to childhood. And because Saturn is associated with the father, it's possible the father or father figure was emotionally or physically unavailable for whatever reason. And this would be even more so if natal Saturn was aspecting the natal sun in the birth chart. As a result of this, during this return, a person can be dealing with fears of emotional rejection or fears of emotional intimacy in relationships. The 8th house also symbolizes other people's resources, also known as our partner's money. So during this return, a person can be dealing with emotional fears that are related to money, like being controlled through a partner by money, or being financially dependent on a partner can be an issue. Remember, Saturn's lessons are all about doing it yourself. So if you're depending on others to financially support you, that type of support can be limited, or it might not live up to the standards that you expect. So for example, maybe your partner's financial situation changes. And so now a lifestyle that you used to live, you're no longer living. Or maybe somebody that used to financially help you is no longer able to help you anymore. You really want to look to the aspects that natal Saturn is making in the birth chart to see what types of emotional issues are trying to be resolved through the Saturn return and maybe where they stem from. So as an example, if Saturn is aspecting the sun or the moon, it tends to be parental issues. If Saturn is aspecting Venus, it's relationship issues. If Saturn is aspecting Pluto or Mars, it is like personal power issues. But at the end of the day, this Saturn return is all about emotional healing through perseverance and self-understanding and learning how to be financially self-sufficient and self-controlled.